Welcome to CP101, and this is our first update on the 48 Ford, or it could be 47 or it could be 46, just depends on how you want to build it. But this is the buddy build that Sean and I are doing together. Sean has his own YouTube modeling channel. It's called the Skull Model Car Guy, which I've mentioned once, but I'll mention it again, and you can check out his channel. Super nice guy, does fantastic work, does all kinds of cool stuff, builds a lot of sports cars which are really cool. So if you're not familiar with Sean's channel, and I think most of you are by now, but I'll put a link on every one of these videos to his channel, so you can always stop by Sean's channel and say how do. But we've got the body put together, glued together as one piece. My firewall was broke. There's a molding that goes on the bottom here that goes right up against the fender like the molding has here. Mine were missing. Now I found the one laying in the bottom of the box, so it broke off. The other one I assumed it broke off too, but for the life of me I can't find it in the bottom of the box. I searched through the box 10 frickin' times at least, and I looked underneath the flaps, pulled the flaps away and everything, but I can't find that piece. I have no idea what happened to it. I don't know if it broke before they put it in the box and didn't catch it. This box was sealed, so I'm the only one that has gotten into it since the factory, but I couldn't find it for nothing. So what I did is I took the one I did find and I just glued it to the body instead, because there's a lot more of this to glue to the body than trying to glue just a little glue point that if you glue it to that, it's always going to break off. So we glued that to the body, so we're good there. And then the other one over here I made using some scrap plastic that I have to still work on a little bit. I got the basic shape in it. Now I just have to kind of fill it so it matches the door, the same level that's on the door. See if I can do this. This is going to be difficult. Let's see. I need 10 hands right now. There we go. So you can kind of see that. As you can see, I had to replace the post in this door. No error through IMC. It was my error. When I was test fitting the body, I had my finger up here, my thumb, and I guess I was stressed or something, and I broke it. So luckily I had new styrene, the very same size as the kit. If you want to know what size it is, if you end up doing the same thing I did, you want to use this one right here, number 132, 030 by 040. That's perfect fit for those for the wing vent windows, in case you break one like I did. So anyway, we got it replaced, and it's all good there. So there we go. Now you can see it. The hood, we have a little bit of fit issue with the hood that I'm going to have to figure out. If I make it just a lift-off hood, then we're all good. But if I actually hinge it like we're supposed to, the problem I have is that if I put the firewall where it's supposed to go, then that kicks the hood up. It's almost as if the back of the hood is a little wider than the opening, so it's hitting the fenders and kicks the hood up. You can't close the hood, but if I leave a little bit of a gap, then the hood closes just fine. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do there, whether we're going to leave the gap between the firewall and the floorboard. You can kind of see that gap there, and have a hinged hood, or whether I glue it where it's supposed to go, cut the hinges off and just make it a lift-off hood. But I haven't decided, haven't gotten that far with it yet, but we'll have to do something. So that's the story on the hood. Doors fit fine. We've done some work on the 427. We've got it, the main part of the engine together. We got it painted VHT Ford engine enamel, the dark blue. Got that painted. Now, as you can see, the pan's on backwards, but there's a reason for that. If I put the sump forward where it's supposed to go, then the engine will not fit in the frame, but because of the tie rod and the cross member. So what I did, I cheated actually, and I put the sump in the back of the engine, and now the 427 fits perfect. So if you decide to put a 427 in yours, the kit 427 in yours, if you have this kit, you'll have to turn the pan around, and then the engine just fits. It fits just fine. But yeah, if you put it the way it's supposed to go, then the sump is right over the axle, and it won't work unless you put a different pan on there. And I don't have a pan that fits this, so I just turn the pan around and put the sump in the back instead of the front. We've got, as you can see, the front end glued on. We've got the manifold here. We're going to go with, you can either build this carbureted or fuel injected, and we're going to go carbureted. Going to go old school. So I have to paint that intake, the aluminum, and then the head, the valve covers. Where are they at? Valve covers are chrome. We'll probably strip the chrome off and paint them a silver, argent, metallic argent, or maybe a little medium gray argent color, because a lot of the 427s I've seen pictures of, these are definitely not chrome. They were more either silver, argent, or like a dark gray, one of those colors. I kind of like the dark gray. So, and here's the intake if you want to go with the fuel injection, but we're going to go carbureted. So yeah, that'd be kind of spiffy. We got the rear axle put together. As you can see, I forgot that this, I was thinking this had these springs on each side. I forgot this had the center spring. But we've got a spacer on it to drop the whole unit down about 1/16 of an inch, because we went the back end a little higher than stock. And we don't want it jacked up, but we went a little higher than stock to simulate the arching of the springs that they did when they were running shine, to keep the car level when they had all that shine in the back. So I think, and I won't know until I get it, the wheels put on, but I think the 1/16 should be enough. If I have to raise it up higher, I will, but I think the 1/16 of an inch should be enough on the back to get it raised up to where it looks like it's a little bit modified here in the back as far as the height. So it looks right to me, just by eyeballing it, it looks right to me, but now I'll know better once I get the wheels up, put on the tires, and so on and so forth. But anyway, that's what we got there. What else? Tires, yeah, tires. I found some, what are these? GT radials, Goodyear. They're nice and wide, really a nice looking tire. And they're about the same diameter as the stock tires. As far as the height of the tire, they're the same. But these are, as you can see, way, way wider. And I was going to use these, but they're too wide, unfortunately. They hit the fender, they're so wide. So I'll try to find me a little narrower tire, but most of my tires in my junk box are either about this width or wider. So I really don't think I have anything that is a stock tire width. They're usually wider tires, but I'll look, see if I can find something a little bit more modern in the tire. I mean, I could use these, there's nothing wrong with them. They look pretty good underneath the car. And you have it on the wheel back. They don't look bad at all. And we can put the wide whites on it. They'll be painted on. But they're not a bad tire. I just wanted them a little wider. But if you can't go that way, then we'll just run the stock tires. It'll be all good. I think that is all I have on the Ford. Alright, that's where we're at on the IMC 48. Pretty cool, and I guess we'll see you in the next video.